Hey, what's up, everyone? Another edition of Gonna See My Friends. I'm here with Scott Taylor, and
Yo.
we are gonna react to the Superman trailer, which dropped yesterday, I think it was,
Yep.
and have a lot of thoughts about it. And we wanted to just do a little quick review or reaction to it. Scott, start us off. What did you think about it when you saw it?
So it definitely gives you more than that last trailer, right? The
Yeah,
last trailer was heavy on the crypto, and it gave you just really one long scene there. Yeah, it gave you a little bit of a longer scene, but it had more context to it. It starts off with him talking to Lois Lane, and forgive me if I call her Vicky Vale because we just recorded a Batman podcast. But he's talking to Lois Lane, and to me, it seems like he's talking to her like playing pretend with a friend, right? He's like, I'll pretend I'm Superman. You interview me. Not that she knows he's Superman, right? And so you can just from those clips, you can feel his emotion building because this is probably the first time he's been able to do that with anybody that's not his parents.
Mhm.
To
Yeah,
really talk as Superman, uninhibited. And I really got that at the end when he's talking about, it's not a, I prevented a war. Like I saved people. You can really hear it in his voice there. So overall, I think it set a really good tone for what the movie should be expected to be. Now, I am a little concerned because I'm not the biggest DC guy, right? I don't know all the superhero names and all the different characters and stuff. It feels like there's a fair amount of like characters in there, what I'll call characters, superheroes, people that are known. And I just hope it doesn't get bogged down by that.
that's a good point. I think that's why Keaton didn't want to do another Batman because he was felt like he's being overshadowed by all the villains. But yeah, I agree. I think it does give a lot more context. I think the teaser trailer for me, I was really worried because I thought the what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy and the Suicide Squad, James Gunn. I think in Suicide Squad, the sequel that he made, I think for me, it got a little too silly at the end. And I think when I saw the teaser trailer, that was my grave concern was, oh no, it's going to be a silly, the way it looked, like he filmed a lot of bright colors. I thought it was like, oh no, it's going to be kind of silly. That was my worry. Um, but yeah, seeing this trailer yesterday, I was like, oh, okay, this actually looks good and interesting. I want to see what what direction this goes in. And I think just watching it, I think it's really clever to kind of put in things that we do today in modern day, with the selfies and kind of how we would react today if there was a superhero and he went and stopped. I mean, there's so many now. Everybody, not to get political. I'm not going to get political, but it's like nowadays, I think everything just gets so complicated and so misconstrued, and people get these false narratives about certain things that I think he kind of puts that in that trailer to give you that feeling of, oh yeah, this is a Superman in time of and in these times. And I think that's really interesting take from me, in my opinion. What made that interesting, and now you craft a superhero a story around that. Like that's what I'm interested in seeing how that
Yeah, I love
fits.
stories where people turn on the superheroes when the average day people turn on them and are like, "What are you doing? Like, we didn't ask you to do this. We didn't
Right.
do that." And I love those twists in stories because it you can see a lot more with the superhero. You know what their gumption is, and are they doing it
Right.
for themselves or are they actually
Yeah.
doing it to help people? And it's
And even
interesting to be able to see that this time.
yeah, and I think even when you do sorry for the bad English here, but when you do good in the world, there's I liken it to watching YouTube movie or things in YouTube where you have a baby and a kitten and they're playing with each other, and 95% of the comments are like, that's the cutest thing ever. And there's other people going, I would never put a kitten next to, you don't know it's going to attack. And when I was 5, I got to, and then it just gets, it gets
Hmm.
crazy. So I think it's interesting for me, again, just my opinion, it's like, it's interesting to see that play out in those opening moments of the trailer when he's getting interviewed. He's like, I stopped a war. And it's interesting to see how that gets taken out of context. And again, it's an interesting choice to make a superhero movie and these days. Yeah, that's interesting to me. I would
Yeah.
love to see how that plays out.
And Superman's kind of a, it's always meant to be a of the people hero,
Hmm.
right? Like, so
Yeah.
a lot of heroes are self-serving and will do what's best for them when push comes to shove. Marvel, I feel like you have Spider-Man is that version
Hmm.
of always going to kind of do the right thing,
Right.
and Superman's supposed to be for the people. And I'm
Yeah.
sure feeling like you do everything for the people and then having them turn on you, that's gonna hurt. It's gonna
Yeah.
pull up some emotions and some thoughts and processes.
Yeah. I mean, and the fact that it's James Gunn too, I have a lot of faith in that because I do think he's a great filmmaker. I
Mhm.
mean, you have to remember too, before he was doing Marvel and DC, he was doing some really cool horror movies
Mhm.
and low budget, but they look fantastic. Um, so he has a good track record, and he's obviously going to have his brother in there, which I remember him from the Gilmore Girls. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but yeah.
Kirk,
Yeah.
good old Kirk. Yeah,
Um,
we met him at a con and I had him sign a Luke's coffee mug for my wife,
uh-huh. No,
Sean Gunn.
that's
And
awesome.
I told him at that point, I said, there are three sounds I will never forget. One is Chewbacca when Han got shot, right? When his
Yeah.
voice, I'll never forget that. My wife, when she got an epidural and they put the giant needle in her spine and her banshee scream that she let out. And then his character in Guardians 3, 3, no, 2. Guardians 2 at the end when the Ravagers show up and he's just so excited. He lets out this guttural, ah, like so excited that those are the three sounds I'll just never get out of my head that are just burned in there.
Nice.
I'm always for Sean Gunn to be in a movie.
Yeah. I think, yeah. I mean, it like I said, I watched Gilmore Girls, and I was always interested in like, oh, what's he gonna do next? What's he gonna do next? And I'm so glad that he's in these movies, and he has a career other than that. So it's good to see. But yeah, so overall, what did you think of the trailer and your anticipation for the movie? Is it great? Is it? Mm,
Yeah, I think it's high. The first trailer, again, I was a little too much klepto, the dog that steals stuff. Uh, that's his superpower. Oh, how'd that get in my pocket?
look over there.
Um, with him being the main focus there, it kind of set it off that it wasn't going to be a really serious type movie. And there's superhero movies, yeah, they shouldn't be super serious, but for me, superhero movies need to be grounded, and that didn't show that it was grounded. This kind of showed a little more that it is grounded. That
Yeah.
there's a lot of political background to it, a lot about current day society in there.
Mm,
He gets a soup can whipped at his head. Now,
yeah.
should his head have moved as much as it did? Right, because he's
His
Superman.
hair. I think it
Right?
was just his hair.
Was it just his hair? Okay,
I
so
think
I'll
so.
allow that.
Yeah.
And that's what they talked about. How much should his head move? Well, should his hair move? Well, is his hair super too?
Well,
Well,
he's
no,
not
he's
gonna
got normal
he's
hair.
not gonna feel it. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
can't impregnate Lois Lane.
There we go. Yes. Brody had a point. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it looks great. Like I said, I'm a little concerned about the kind of adding in more superheroes, adding in more
Yeah.
things. Do I have faith in James Gunn to do it well? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have high expectations, and I think they'll probably be met.
Yeah. For me too, I think, like you, I was initially kind of I had some pause on the teaser trailer, and I was like, it looks a little silly. And now with this trailer, I think I'm on try. I can't wait to see it now. Um, I think a lot of my concern is yours too. I hope that Nathan Fillion and whoever plays Hawk Girl, not Hot Girl. Um, like I hope they have. Uh, I hope it just fits into the story, without them overshadowing, or maybe even I hope they don't even have like hint at it like a spin-off or anything. Maybe I don't know who knows, but yeah, I have your concern about that too. So, but it looks good. It looks like I'm going to be in line to see it. So,
Mhm.
um,
And
hopefully
I'm happy that they're finally giving me someone I can cosplay as. Like with this hairline, I can't do much, but I can be Clark Kent's dad in this universe. I can be. It was like I could either be Minecraft Jack Black, or I can be Clark Kent's dad from this new movie.
I get to see you at a con going, huh?
Yeah, look at me,
huh?
Just,
I'm his
just
dad.
giving fatherly advice, slowly. I could do that.
I just thought he was a really cool guy. I didn't know Scott dressed up. Yeah, that'd be funny. Man.
He just loves plaid shirts. He's not trying to be anybody. I'm just walking around a con. They're like, "Can I take a picture with you?" Sure, I guess.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So let us know, the viewers. Let us know what you think about the trailer. I thought it was great, and let us know what your concerns are if you have any, or what you didn't like about it, or tell me what's going on. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah. Anything else, Scott? Any last words? Anything?
No, I'm looking forward to it. Only a couple months away, so
yeah,
it'll be a great summer movie. And stay tuned. We'll stay tuned. Like this is 1950s, and you're listening to the Talk Box on a Sunday night with your family. Hopefully we'll be doing more trailer stuff like this.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you in line hopefully. All right. See ya.